Hi, this is Ayanna with Black Atheists of America. Welcome to our 15th session of The Bible Actually Says. In this series, we discuss the Bible. We move through the Bible as it should be read, cover to cover. Today, I have with me Ray, who is also a member of Black Atheists of America. While we will not be reading every verse, we may choose to quote the Bible. If so, just know that we will be using the King James Version. We will start by recapping last week's show, then pick up where we ended off, and go through as many verses as time permits. I hope you enjoy the discussion. Please feel free to comment and subscribe. Last episode, we concluded Genesis chapter 18, and a number of our viewers noted that we mistakenly said that there were 3 random people who visited Abraham in the tent, and it turns out that one of those people, one of the visitors, was actually God, and the other 2 were angels, which actually makes the story make so much more sense. So we're going to move forward with this new look on these individuals. The story just makes so much more sense with one of the individuals being Lord, particularly with Abraham's behavior once he comes into contact with these individuals. He basically bends over backwards to appease them.
Yeah, and he calls him Lord throughout the whole passage. The Bible does say that it's just 3 men. But the way he behaves, it appears clear that one of those 3 men is God. Although later on in the future, you'll find that no one has ever seen God. So I guess you can figure out that contradiction later. So you want to pick up from, I guess, the first verse.
Genesis 19 verse 1 says, "And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night."
Sounds like these guys came to party.
Yeah.
They came in to party. So Lot says, come on in my house and wash those dirty feet of yours.
What is with their obsession with feet?
They have dirty feet. And they're like, no. We'd rather party. This is a party in town. They're swinging. We're going to hang out all night.
He probably doesn't feel like entertaining them. That's why he's probably trying to get them to go along with his plan.
And he pressed upon them greatly. And they turned in unto him and entered into his house. And he made them a feast and did bake unleavened bread. And they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
Why? These were some really nosy neighbors.
Yeah, I think they mean know them in the biblical sense.
They're still nosy. I mean, you get guests over your house, and the entire city decides to come out and says, Hey, let us know who your company is.
I think God may have a point. I think the people in this town are crazy.
Verse 6, "And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and say, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, For therefore came they under the shadow of my roof.
So Lot's like, these cats are more important than my daughters. You can do whatever you want. You could beat them up, rape them. I really don't care. But these people who I don't know, who just showed up at my door
With dirty feet.
don't mess with these guys.
Unbelievable. I hope he's not going for the Father of the Year award.
I think maybe him and God's got something going on.
Perhaps. I don't know. He's certainly trying his best to impress these men. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now, will we deal worse with thee than with them? And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
These guys are getting rough.
They are. They're getting rowdy. And Lot seems to think that his daughters are the answer, giving up his daughters to be raped. Maybe he understands the wrath of God. I'm really trying to justify it, but I don't think there's any justification for his actions at all.
No.
And you know what's also funny? Sarah, going back to Abraham's wife, got him in the position that he's currently in because she was sacrificed to the Pharaoh, which is what put him in the financial position that he's currently in.
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door. So there's your power.
Why can't we make a good situation great? Why does it have to be something so ridiculously immoral and disgusting before they decide, oh, well, we're going to act now?
Because this is God's book. God writes his book the way he sees it.
It's really disgusting to read this. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxen great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it.
So why didn't you say that in the first place? What's all this?
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, number one, like I will keep saying, I am unimpressed with the angels. They're not doing anything. And then when they do something, it's always the most heinous act.
They came into town. The first thing they tell Lot is like, yo, we're going to hang out all night. We're going to party. And Lot says, no. Why don't you come in and wash your dirty feet? You know? And they don't say anything about they're going to destroy the city or anything like that.
You know what? But this reminds me of that show, The Office. I mean, what kind of employees are you going to get when your boss is a complete idiot?
Yeah, you got a good point. Although I've never seen The Office.
Oh, yeah. You got to watch it. It's a great show. It's hilarious.
Here's a man who's going to give up his daughters for rape. And God says, okay, I like that guy.
Yeah.
That guy I like. Everybody else is like worse. How bad can he be?
And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. So
apparently his sons-in-laws probably just think he's an idiot.
Well, he did just offer his daughters as a peace offering.
Yeah, who's going to listen to a guy like that? Now, he's lost all credibility by this point. So his sons-in-law says, okay, Lot, whatever you say, man, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you deal with a person like that.
Yeah, that's what you would do. And that's what they did. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. I don't think Lot wants these 2 daughters. I think maybe he wants to just leave them there.
I think so too.
But the angel said, no, take them with you. Don't
Maybe
leave them
it's
with
some
us.
type of backwards punishment or something. Who knows?
Or maybe they think that the two daughters might interfere with them destroying the city. The angel's like, no, take them with you. Get them out of here. Take them with you.
Poor girls. I feel so bad for them.
And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his two daughters. And the Lord, being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city.
The Lord is merciful? How?
How did they bring them forth and set them without? What did they just pick them up and put them outside of the city?
Remember when God scattered everyone?
Yeah.
Maybe he did that again. Verse 17. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed.
Okay, I don't get it. If he's got the power to pick them up and put them without the city, why does he need to tell them to escape? Yeah, why didn't you just put them where you wanted them in the first place? So,
I wonder what would have been next. So Lot's first offering was his daughters. I wonder if his wife was next.
I don't know.
What are the bargaining chips here?
Yeah.
Behold now, thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shewed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die.
Okay, so Lot's worried about some evil taking him, and he dies as he escapes to this other place. But apparently, he's not so worried about them blowing up the whole damn city. That doesn't bother him.
Well, he's certainly selfish. I mean, why would he care? He doesn't care about his own daughters.
Oh, yeah, but...
And I will put money on it that his wife was next in line for the offering.
Yeah, I mean, where did this wife come from anyway?
Oh, who cares? Who knows? I don't know. They just pop out of nowhere. So we're on verse 20. Behold now, this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live.
Lot doesn't say, so our souls shall live. It doesn't talk about them. It's just me.
Yeah, he's quite selfish. I mean, he doesn't have... It's not him and his family. I mean, does he have...
No, it says, let me escape thither. I really don't care about those two daughters and the wifey thing, but let me escape thither, even if I have to go to this little city.
And he is willing to sacrifice
yeah.
the wife and daughters. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city, for the which thou hast spoken.
Oh, so...
That's some consolation.
Yeah, so if Lot picks a city and the angels are like, okay, we'll spare that city, the one you like. We'll leave that one alone. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zoar. That doesn't make any sense.
They should have called it thither.
Yeah.
Or Lot. Or
yeah, or New York City. I mean, why? I don't get it. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven.
Wait a minute. I thought brimstone and fire were the description of hell, which hasn't been.
Well, there's no hell yet.
But is this the first glimpse of hell?
I don't think God has even considered hell. Jesus Christ has to come along before they make a hell.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, brimstone and fire, that's...
Right, so where's he going to do with all the extra brimstone and fire if he doesn't have a hell? He's got to put it someplace. I mean, he's got to use the stuff. Why have it?
I suppose. Verse 25. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. This seems like a reenactment of Noah's Ark.
Yes, identical to Noah's Ark, except that it's on a smaller scale.
God just can't get anything right. I mean, he makes something and then people start acting like people, and
These are like the those kids with the Play-Doh. You make something and then you don't like it and then you mess it all up again. Or the Etch-a-Sketch thing, right? You draw something on the Etch-a-Sketch and then you shake it and you wipe it out.
It's sad.
This next line is sadder. But his wife looked back from behind him and she became a pillar of salt.
Well, for those of you who wondered where salt comes from, just know you have Lot's wife to thank for your table salt.
Oh, this is horrible. He turned her into salt. I mean,
and what did she do? She's getting the same level of treatment as Sarah. And here again we have, well, maybe we should commend God for his consistency if there's anything. But here again we have God rewarding the pimp. Lot pimps out his daughters, or at least attempts to pimp out his daughters, and gets a reward.
And this lady's crime was she turned around.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she didn't even turn around. She just looked back. That was it. That was too much for God. So he turns her into a pillar of salt. How much sense does that make? And 27. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the cities in which Lot dwelt. God saved Lot because he's concerned about how Abraham is going to take it.
Right.
He doesn't want to piss off the drug dealer.
I kind of alluded to that before. And Lot went up out of Zoar, and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him. For he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. I wonder what he was fearful of. He should be fearful of his 2 daughters. I'd kick his ass if I were them.
Yeah, well,
I would be afraid to fall asleep if I was Lot.
Yeah, well, with his daughters,
yeah, with the daughters. That's what I'm saying.
I would.
They should murder him.
Yeah, I would not. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come into us after the manner of all the earth. What happened to the city of Zoar? There's no men in Zoar?
Who knows?
Maybe it's a city full of women.
I doubt it. God doesn't like women that much. That city would have been burnt before it's built.
Come, let us make our father drink wine. I wonder how they're going to do that. What, are they just going to pry his mouth open or something? It doesn't say.
I don't know, but they should have learned from Noah that you don't let your father drink wine, or the grandson gets cursed.
And where exactly did they get the wine from, being in this cave?
Maybe there's some grapes fermenting.
In the cave.
Outside, the cave can't take up the whole area. Maybe they walked past some. I mean, it was probably a long road there.
Yeah, but think about this, right? There's a process in getting from grapes to wine. Unless they brought it with them. That's kind of unlikely because they was running for their lives. Remember, the girl got turned to a pillar of salt because she just wasn't going fast enough.
But we don't know what Lot has. He's a wealthy man. Maybe and he's selfish. I mean, that's something that he would bring. He would bring that before his daughters. So maybe they have the wine.
Well, continuing the line, and we will lie with him that we may preserve seed of our father.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They didn't learn from the story of Noah. They should have read the Bible.
Maybe it wasn't written then. Well, no, somebody had been recording all this stuff. So
this is from the beginning of time. This is supposed to be.
Oh yeah, the Bible should have been around by now.
Right.
Yeah. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also. And go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lie down, nor when she arose.
So for some reason they can't get pregnant. What happened to them? Oh, the mob is no longer around. They blew up the city. God got rid of the city.
Yeah, but then they got another city. They got the Zoar place.
Yeah, I don't know why there's no people that can impregnate them. It's kind of weird.
Maybe just nobody wants to. Maybe that was the problem all along. He can't give them away.
It is quite possible. So, you know what's odd though? Why would Christians be so against incest? There's so many acts of incest in the Bible that are approved of.
Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. That brings us to the close of another Bible session. And what did we learn today? Well, I've learned something very important. Before buying that homeowner's insurance policy, make sure that it offers full coverage for acts of God. This is Ray, signing off.
And this is Ayanna with Black Atheists of America. Please feel free to comment and subscribe. Thank you for listening.